Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm Amanda and today we are here with a sketchbook tour. Just a quick note, I do have the cold, so if that kind of voice annoys you then please just either mute me or skip the video, I don't mind. Put some music on and watch the pictures, maybe speed it up a little bit. But otherwise, I'm going to talk about the things that are in this book and I'm going to try and edit out as much as my gross sounds as possible. So here we go. This is a Moleskine sketchbook and it's an A6 landscape orientation. It was actually sent to me by my friend Tor, who used to be on YouTube, and we did a little collab. She sent me some stuff and I sent her some stuff. I'll link it in the description below if you want to go and have a look at that, but I will warn you, it's a video from like 2017, so it's a little bit cringy, or maybe 18 I think. But yes, that's where this sketchbook is from. It's a Moleskine watercolor album and I really do like it, to be honest. The first painting I did in this was actually part of the collab, but I didn't like the way that it turned out, so I glued it together. And this painting is actually the very first painting that went a little bit crazy for me on Instagram, and I say for me because it only got like 1,000 views in the grand scheme of things, but that's quite a lot for me. I usually only get 23 views, so it kind of went a bit crazy. I don't know why, because it's not a very good picture, but I think it was the hashtag, because I hashtagged Kiwi, and if you typed in hashtag Kiwi in Instagram, it was like the 4th picture in amongst all of these like real Kiwis, so I think that's why it got so many views. But yeah, it was a little bit weird. But anyway, this was the kind of style I was going for. I was using watercolour, I think Winsor & Newton, Cotman or whatever, and I really wanted to have this loose kind of fun style, not realism at all, and you will see this progress much further as this sketchbook goes on. Again, loose, kind of not realistic colours, just playing with everything. I got a little bit neater towards the end of this experiment. Remember, I was watching a lot of Skillshare classes and things on ink and wash, where people were using ink pens and putting watercolour on top. I'm not much of an ink gal, but I was trying to be because everybody else seemed to be, so I wanted to fit in. And then that phase ended. I don't know again what time this is. I think it's either 2017 or 2018. This is a picture that I drew of my dream shop. And these are my favourite colours, or they were at the time anyway, and I decided that this is what the building was going to look like. And I love how I've just put shop here. Probably would have a better name than that, probably just ALLJArt, but it would sell stationery that I've made and artworks that I've made, and then at the top I would probably have my own little studio to go to, instead of having it in my back garden or somewhere like that. Next up we have some swatches. These are from an indigo colour that I got, I think it was a Winsor & Newton, and I love indigo as a colour. It's so dark and deep but also so saturated, and it's in 2018, and I remember being super proud of this, thinking that it was amazing, splashing colour around like this, because I wasn't too adventurous back in the day. I used to just stick to what I knew, and I didn't know drinks, and I didn't know drinks with watercolour very well, but to be honest, I think I got new watercolours. I think they were Schminke or Dam watercolours, and I actually gave quite a lot of my watercolours away to Teal. Hi Teal, if you're listening, I hope you are enjoying all of my watercolour palettes. I gave away a full like 150, I think it was. Was that 150 colours? Like the biggest Winsor & Newton Cotman set that you could get. A whole set of Schmink watercolours. There was a bunch. My very first Winsor & Newton Cotman watercolour set, I'm kind of sad that I gave them away, but I'm happy that I gave them to somebody that I know would use them and love them. I don't have these colours anymore, but I did buy new Schminke Hordam watercolours. These are the swatches for the old ones, and I've written on this page here that Schminke hate, left too easy, don't blend or blend well together, too opaque, question mark. The only pro is that they're vibrant. And I don't know if you can see, they are really streaky and weird looking, but I don't know if it's because of the paper, because sometimes watercolours just don't agree with certain paper types. This obviously is really muddy, or it might be that I just didn't know how to use them because they were more opaque than normal watercolours. Then I decided I was going to be a plant artist, and I started painting these plants. This one is from Pinterest, again with the ink and wash sort of thing, more illustrative vibe. Don't have to be too perfect, don't have to be too realistic, just illustrative. Oh, we're back to this again. Apricots, and I kind of like this actually. I like the whole way that the colours are blending in together. You know what it is. Well, I do, because I did it. I don't know if you know, but I know. Because it's so simple. There's just basically two colours blended together with another darker colour outline in it, and I like the colours in the background. I think this would be a really nice pattern if I decided to rework it and go with it with my current skills. I don't know what was going on here. I was just testing brushes and paints, I think. This painting, I'm not going to turn it around, but it's a recent one. I don't know how recent. It could be anything between 2019 to 2023. I took a big break in between 2021 and 2023, so I don't know. And actually 2024, I took a huge break then too. So it's been a while. I can't believe that my YouTube channel has just been like stagnant for so long, with just occasional videos popping up here and there, but hopefully we are back for good. I am filming with a throat. I am filming with a cold, so that just shows you how dedicated and committed I am. I'm sorry, by the way, I really am, but I just did not want to post my last video last week. If you haven't watched that, by the way, it's a huge art haul and it shows you some of the videos that will be coming up, so go and watch that. But I didn't want to have a big break between that one and then not posting again after I just came back, so that's why I am recording this one when I am sick. This is actually a video from TikTok. I decided that I was going to be a TikTok artist, and I recorded this specifically for TikTok. So if you want to go and watch that video, you can. It's just a 2-minute video, I think, of me painting this and doodling on top of the little squares. These are my donuts, by the way. I haven't actually finished this sketchbook, so if you want to see the rest of the sketchbook when I finish it, I will be posting the pictures on Instagram, so go and follow me over there. It's at ALLJART, just like it is here, and you can see those. Good way to promote my Instagram, because I'm trying to grow that, to be honest. So yeah, don't need to show you everything here. You can go and see that over there. Anyway, it wouldn't be a me video if I didn't post, draw some donuts, and we're into 2021 now. This sketchbook has been through time travel. Usually does not take me this long to fill a sketchbook, but this one took the longest. I don't know why. Sorry if my voice has changed a little bit. I've actually sat down because I can't stand up any longer, and I've been standing on one leg, which was a no-no, but my feet are sore, so we're sitting down now. But yes, this is my watercolour donuts, and then I put gouache on top because I thought that would be a good idea. I think I initially painted this all with watercolour, then I went back in with gouache later. The shadows of the icing is my favourite to do with watercolour because you just glaze over with a purple and it looks like a shadow. It's great. Okay, so this is the only landscape in this sketchbook, and it's because I decided that I wanted to be a landscape artist at this point in time. I don't know again what date it was, but it was probably in 2001 at some point, and I had never painted landscapes before this, and I just wanted to try it out, so I did it really small here. And I really like this. It's in watercolour though, and I definitely don't want to be a watercolour landscape artist, but I do want to dabble in watercolour landscapes outside in plein air, just because I think it would be easier. However, gouache dries faster, so I don't know. We'll need to experiment with that. But this is my only landscape in this, but then I decided to keep this from here on out, I think, primarily a food painting sketchbook, and you'll see that soon. Okay, next up is a cookie. I don't know what way it goes, but we're looking at it this way, and I think this is where the obsession with cookies started. I decided that I loved painting cookies now, and I just kept doing it. I don't think I painted as much cookies as I did donuts though. Again, I don't know what date this is, but I was painting some cakes. This is when I was copying from photographs, just like one element at a time. I really wasn't happy doing this type of art because I just didn't feel like it was my own voice. I just felt like I was copying something else. So yeah, I didn't really like this. I do like the way that the chocolate sauce or whatever it is on this cake came out. This looks a little bit plain and stagnant, really. This is gouache, but I'm not sure what the heck I was trying to do here. It's just really, really weird. Then we have the big jump into 2024, and I love this page, especially the carrots. I love the way that I've illustrated these, how there's a little bit of pink in it. It's not completely the right colours. They're so saturated orange in it, but there's also really dull reds and burnt umbers down here. This page is okay as well. I kind of struggled with the shapes of these cherry tomatoes and also outlining them. I didn't know how to make them look like they were inside the bowl rather than just lying on top in a 2D image. I think I've got a lot of problems with that. I noticed that the other day when I took a picture outside, that the camera doesn't pick up what you see in real life very well, and that's why I'm really excited to go and paint in real life. But we'll talk more about that in a different video. I've painted these two pictures of these fruits quite often now in a few different sketchbooks, and this is my most hated banana. This is gouache, by the way, but I really like this, the way that I've done this in this version. I think I liked it in my last version as well, but I just like painting fruits, and sometimes I like doing the whole backgrounds with just one fruit on it, and I think it's more creative than this. This is definitely more creative than that, and this as well. These are cherries in a bowl on a dark background. It's just a little bit more interesting to look at than just a floating cake. This is kind of a fail, but I was actually painting this at my mum and dad's house in the dark, and then when I got home I was like, whoa, this is really bad, so I started painting it again in my house to try and fix it, but to be honest it was already far gone and I just couldn't fix it and I just couldn't be bothered, so I just moved on. But it's supposed to be two chocolate cakes, I guess, or two chocolate log things lying on a table on top of each other. The chocolate logs are lying around it, and I don't think it was too successful, to be honest. I'm not even going to check if that's in frame, but this is a egg cup, again with the outlining. I'm not sure because it just looks like a stamp now rather than an object in 3D space, and that's something that I really want to work on this year. Chocolates, this was around about, yeah, November time. We were coming up to Christmas. I was pregnant, heavily pregnant by this time. I think I was like 8 months pregnant. Matt was in the hospital, so I wasn't doing much, to be honest. I think from August, I started really getting into painting again in August, and then Matt went into hospital in October, so then I just stopped again. And I was trying to pick it up here and there while he was still ill, but it was really hard. But this is some chocolates. I really like the way that this came out. It looks really cool. I wish that I'd painted the background though, but I think I would be scared in case it sort of looked a little bit more, it ended up looking a little bit more like the egg, where it just looks cut out rather than on something. Or as a pattern, so I just left it. But you can see the squares where I drew, because I had to draw squares so that I would line it up better, and I even struggled after that lining it up. So some Hershey's Kisses, or fancy ones anyway, they were on a gold plate, and I didn't spend too much time trying to do the plate, so that's why it looks kind of ridiculous. Some chocolates floating again, same with this Lindor wrapper. I really like this painting, but again, it's just a floating thing, and that's just really not what I want to go for. I think that's why I don't paint food as much anymore, just because just don't, like, unless it's like this, I just don't want to do it. Like this avocado is pretty basic and kind of rubbish. It also looks upside down for some reason, or the wrong way around. Anyway, we jump to pretty much this week. I haven't dated this either. What am I like? What's the week this week? We'll say it was the 15th of February 2025, and this was the 20th, and I haven't even finished this yet. Anyway, if we skip to these, I have a little bit of swatches in the back. We got Schminky Hordam Gouache. I did a video on that if you want to go check out my thoughts on that. We have the Hume Gouache metallic ones. I don't know what these are. I think they're just my current watercolours and gouache colours. And then a random swatch. I said that in the last take as well. Swatch things here. And this is just like another piece of sheet. But I think that I should get a medal for still keeping this. And I even have, I didn't know that these come with this, but I have the quality control sticker in here too, from 2017. So I think I deserve a medal for keeping this little leaflet in here. I don't use the pockets, so there's nothing else in there. That's probably why I still have that. Most people would just take it out and put it in the bin. That is, if we go back to my favourite page, my sketchbook that it took me literally 7 years to finish. I've moved house like 3 or 4 times since then. No, 3 times I think since then. So yes, that's exciting. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Please remember to comment, like and subscribe if you haven't already. If you have, thank you so much for your support, and I will see you in my next video.